the Republican candidate who's running for governor in Pennsylvania has effectively marched his ass right off a cliff. He is super extreme. By the way, he was at January 6th. He was there. This is the kind of guy we're talking about here. True Kool-Aid drinking, far right winger. So this is in Mediaite. They say GOP's Doug Mastriano told a radio host in 2019 women should be charged with murder if they violate abortion ban. Now, I would forgive you if you look at a headline and you're like, I don't know, are they being hyperbolic? Like, are they misinterpreting what he says? Because, I struggle to trust the media just like everybody else. I need to see more specifics. So here's what they say. Republican nominee for governor of Pennsylvania, Doug Mastriano, answered, quote, yes, when asked in 2019 if he believes women who violate a law he was sponsoring at the time restricting abortion should be charged with murder, reported NBC News on Tuesday. The bombshell report by Alan Smith uncovered an interview with Pennsylvania radio station WITF about Mastriano's bill, which he sponsored as a state senator to ban abortion after 6 weeks in the state. Quote, Mastriano was pressed about a bill he sponsored that would generally bar abortions when a fetal heartbeat could first be detected, usually around 6 weeks. Mastriano's remarks in that interview were previously unreported, writes Smith. Quote, okay, let's go back to the basic question there, Mastriano said in the interview. Is that a human being? Is that a little boy or girl? If it is, it deserves equal protection under the law. The interviewer then asked Mastriano if that meant a woman should be charged with murder for having an abortion at that stage. The Republican responded, quote, yes, I am. Mastriano, who has associated himself with Christian nationalism in his run for governor, has since dodged questions on his views on abortion since Roe v. Wade was overturned. So this is him trying to save face, not appear extreme, because he wants to win, even though he is extreme. Quote, my views are kind of irrelevant because I cannot rule by fiat or edict or executive order on the issue of life. It's up to the people of Pennsylvania. So if Pennsylvanians want exceptions, if they want to limit the number of weeks, it's going to have to come from your legislative body and then to my desk, he said in a recent interview with right-wing Real America's Voice. So this is his dodge now. Me, bro? I mean, okay, sure. Am I running for governor? Yes. Do I have a phenomenal amount of power? Yes. But me, bro? It's not even up to me when it comes to something like abortion, dog. It's going to go to the legislature and then maybe to get to my desk, but it doesn't even matter what I believe. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying, bro? Of course it matters what you believe. It's super important. You're going to be the governor of Pennsylvania. What legislation would you sign if it got to your desk? That's a good question. What legislation would you push the legislature to pass? He's trying... Abortion? What does abortion even mean? I don't even know what abortion means, bro. Abortion? Is that like a dessert? It sounds like... Is that a food? Is it a buffet? A smorgasbord? What are we talking about, bro? My views are irrelevant as governor of the state. Are you kidding me? Mastriano worked as a state senator to try and overturn the 2020 election results and has been a prominent supporter of former President Donald Trump's allegations that the 2020 election was stolen. Trump endorsed Mastriano in his GOP primary. Now, by the way, here's the good news, too. So this guy's a psycho. His opponent, Shapiro, not Ben Shapiro, just somebody who said, his opponent is actually pretty based. He's a decent Democrat. And right now, Shapiro is up over Mastriano. Let's hope it stays that way. Since becoming a candidate, Mastriano has also found himself in hot water over his ties to far-right social media platform Gab, which is a haven for white supremacy. The Republican hopeful also sparked controversy after Reuters revealed he chose to dress as a Confederate soldier in a faculty photo. Recent polling shows him trailing his Democratic opponent, Josh Shapiro, who is the sitting attorney general. Shapiro also enjoys a huge advantage in fundraising with less than 6 weeks away. By the way, so one other thing I wanted to mention in relation to this story. So this guy's like, yeah, women are murderers if they get an abortion at 7 weeks. Look at what who he is attracting. Trump-backed candidate for Pennsylvania governor held rally with only 60 people. Has less than 400,000 in the bank. So this is an example. Look, keep it real. This is an example of the chickens coming home to roost in terms of his extremism. It's caught up to him. It's caught up to him. This stuff doesn't sell with the majority of Americans and the majority of Pennsylvanians. It doesn't sell. In fact, now Shapiro is up more over Mastriano than even Fetterman is up over Oz. which on the one hand, it's a good thing because Mastriano's way more insane than Dr. Oz, for the record, okay? So it's a good thing in that sense, but also Fetterman is one of the more base candidates, so I hope he wins too, obviously. But anyway, guys, stop and think about that. What an insane thing to believe. Now, the overwhelming majority of abortions happen before 20 weeks and before like 23 weeks. But there are plenty that happen from that 6-week to 20-week zone. And he thinks all those women, murderers. Think about how crazy that is, man. And I have no doubt, if he had his way, he would say, if you get an abortion at 2 weeks, you're a murderer. If you take the morning after pill, you're a murderer. I think this is what he really believes, because he's as extreme as it gets, and he's made that clear. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.